hopefully we can find some smallies, maybe a few perch, and gonna head down into a spot where I sometimes catch trout this time of year, although the water's so different this year. The fish are not even anywhere near close to the places they normally are, and I'm still seeing spawning beds in almost the end of August. It is the end of August, which is just insane. But anyways, get out here and see if we can find some fish. Out here in open water, almost 30 feet of water. But he's decent for what we've been catching this time of year anyways. And a keeper. So there we go. That one feels better. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. That one's a keeper. Oh, I think something grabbed that right on the, as soon as I hit the water. There we go. It's coming straight toward the boat. I have no idea what it is. It's a keeper. That was cool. I seen him grab it as soon as it hit the water. I don't know. Looks a little small. Oh, that's a good one. There we go. I just threw this Sally out here while I was letting my... Holy shit. That's a freaking huge one. Wow. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. That is a huge one. That might be one of the biggest ones I've ever caught out of this lake. That is a beauty. Wow. 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 Come on, baby. Whew. That is a monster. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Oh, that's gotta be 4 pounds. Look at that, baby. Yeah. I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I'm using today. So I've got this watermelon seed colored red flake Sally. One of the reasons, well, the main reason that I chose this particular color is because it matches the water. The water's super clear, and I find, and every lake's a little bit different, but I find having something that they can't see really well where they just kind of see motion or something moving through the water. I seem to have a lot more success with that. And then of course I just rig it up weedless, milfoil. The water's down, the milfoil's super high, so there's lots of weeds everywhere, and this doesn't get hung up in the rocks of the weeds. We're going to clean these bass I caught today. I'm going to show you my kind of secondary way of cleaning bass if I don't have my electric fillet knife. It completely debones the meat, and you don't lose anything. It takes a little bit longer. The result is phenomenal. You get just beautiful fillets out of it. Okay, now we've got that split all the way around. What we're going to do is just start here on the back, and basically all you're doing is just following the bones. You're going to go right down the spine to the ribs, over the ribs. Bass do have a little bit of a Y bone that you got to kind of go over the top of, but just take your time. You can feel the bone in the knife. And we'll just peel this right off here. And we just end up with a nice boneless fillet. So we'll get the other side of this one done and get the other one done. I'm going to take this, rinse it off, put it in a bowl, and put it in the fridge to make sure it stays cold. And then we're just going to chunk this up when we get ready to cook dinner. One of the other things, well, I got this piece of skin here. Spiny fish, or bass, perch, crappie, walleye, any of those kind of fish are unlike trout and some of the other fish in the way that you're not going to be able to eat the skin. You can tell this stuff is super thick. The scales on it are huge. You can see the scales come off when I was splitting it down the belly there, but you got to get the skin off. And just running the knife between the meat and the skin is the easiest way to do that. So you can see there's virtually no meat left on this, but you can see these little bones off these ribs that you have to kind of cut around. And they go right out to the skin, so when you're coming out, you cut right up to the skin and then go down the other side. So this is something you need to keep your eye out for. So there's some of these fish in their bellies get these little worms that grow in them. But you can cut them out or pull them out or whatever. It's one of the reasons that you want to make sure that the fish is cooked very thoroughly. The only place I ever see these are in the belly meat of the fish. I found them in a few bigger perch, smallmouth, and largemouth around here. But just something to watch out for. And again, make sure that you're cooking the fish all the way. You'll be fine. And the remaining fish parts make amazing fertilizer for your flower beds or gardens, strawberries, raspberries. Bury them in the garden. The fish I'm going to cook tonight requires a batter. It's super simple. We're going to take a half a cup of water, a cup of flour, 2 eggs, and a little bit of salt. We're going to mix this all up really good. So I just got the batter all mixed up. This should come out fairly thick, but still runny. It'll give the best thickness for coating the fish. Okay, so the next part of this, we're going to take these fillets that we cleaned up earlier and we're just going to chunk these up. So run my finger over it, make sure there's no bone or cartilage left in there. And then we're just going to cut these up in about 1 inch square chunks. Okay, so we got the meat all cubed up, and now just to make sure we don't run out of batter, we're just going to take all of this, put it into the batter, and take a fork and just stir it up so everything's coated, and we'll be ready to get started cooking. So next step, just put about 1 inch of olive oil in this pan. Gonna get it nice and warm, and use this to cook the fish, battered fish. You can use whatever kind of oil you want, vegetable oil or grease or whatever. We prefer the olive oil. It cooks it up with a nice color and doesn't leave the food all greasy. That works well. So depending on how hot you have the oil, usually cook these for, I don't know, maybe 2 minutes on each side. It's pretty hard to overcook the fish with this recipe, so I usually go more for aesthetics and trying to get a little color in the batter when I'm cooking these, but I do turn them over and cook them on both sides. So we'll just let these cook for a couple minutes and we'll take them out and start another batch. If you haven't cooked these before, you do want to make sure that the meat's cooked all the way. That slight translucent look that the meat has when it's raw should be completely gone. If you want to cut a couple of these open, you just want to make sure that the meat is completely white and just nice and flaky. It should look like it's going to stick together anywhere. When I take them out of the oil, just to drip away some of the extra oil, I just take a cookie sheet and put a couple cooling racks in and set the fish on top of there when it's done cooking. From the lake to your table. Enjoy.